The Capitol Police are working without pay right now because of the partial government shutdown. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, the House Democratic leader, is here this morning. She was on Capitol Hill yesterday with other congressional leaders as the chase happened. Good morning.
Good morning.
This was very scary yesterday when we first heard about these shots were fired. You were inside the Capitol. Were lawmakers worried that they might be under attack?
Well, the responsibility of the Capitol Police to protect the tourists, the visitors, the press, the members of Congress is a large one, and high-tension wires go up, of course, when shots are fired. And so I was on the floor. John Lewis came in saying they made us all come inside because of what's going on there. It wasn't until later that we learned what it was. It's very tragic, so sad.
Is it true the Capitol Police are working without pay because of the budget shutdown?
Yes, yes. Well, hopefully we can compensate them retroactively, but the Capitol is open, people are coming, they need to be protected.
And what do you say to people that just, every side has their own position. What do you say to people that say, just work it out, without going into the tit for tat that seems to be going on both sides? What will it take, Madam Speaker, to resolve this issue?
Well, it will take some coming together on the Republican side. It's very hard to negotiate with the Republicans when they can't negotiate with themselves.
I know, but they're saying the same thing about you guys, too.
No, it isn't. We have 4 times brought to the floor their bill and voted 100% for their bill, and they still won't take yes for an answer. But let's take a deep breath on this. We have serious matter. The government is shut down. The default on our full faith and credit is at risk. And so we have to find a path. And so we have gone to the steps of the Capitol and said to the Speaker, we will accept your bill. We don't like the bill. We think that we agree with their Republican chairman that it is not adequate to do the job that we're supposed to do for the American people. But we will accept that in order to go forward. But they do not have within their own ranks the ability to
I know. A good friend of mine said in any negotiation, both sides have to be willing to leave something on the table.
That's right, and that's why we agreed to their number, but which we don't like. We've always said to them, we'll help you procedurally, we'll help you substantively, and frankly, on the table, I think we should take the subject of the full faith and credit. That shouldn't even be a debate.
Debt ceiling.
The dialogue here, Senator Reid called some Republicans anarchists, you've called them arsonists. How do you get a meeting of the minds when people are talking like that?
Well, the fact is that there are within the ranks of the Republican Party, and this is the bigger picture that the Republican Party has to deal with and has an impact on our country. If you don't believe in a government role, then it's easy for you to say, in order to lift the debt ceiling, we want to eliminate all EPA rules for clean air, clean water, and the rest. I want to remind you, yesterday was the 5th anniversary of the President signing the TARP bill, President Bush signing the TARP bill. It was a terrible situation. Government was in meltdown. We didn't approve of the Bush policies that got us there in the first place. We didn't even like the bill he sent us, but it was essential for our economy and for our financial industry, for our services industry, for us to make that vote. The Republicans abandoned their own president because they don't believe in a government role. We saved the day with 170 Democratic votes. You have to come to a conclusion. Sandy aid. Fewer than 20% of the Republicans voted for Sandy aid. So they have something going on there. I say, Republicans, take back your party.
I want to get to why you're here in New York, but very quickly first, do you see a scenario, though, where Democrats would be willing to give on a larger budget deal, the grand bargain coming back, and giving on entitlements so that we can move forward?
Well, the president already has in the budget that he agreed to in 2011. That isn't a happy scenario for our members, but nonetheless, it was part of a grand bargain, and it all depends on what the bargain is. But our attitude, we go to that table saying that if you want to talk about the solvency of Social Security, talk about that, and that all the money saved should go back into Social Security, and the same thing for Medicare. I'm here today, and I'm excited about it because we have even though government is shut down, we still have to think in imaginative ways about how to make the future better.
So you're here for a women's economic agenda. Tell us about that.
It's called When Women Succeed, America Succeeds. And it's about women in the workplace. 3 simple things. equal pay and involves raising minimum wage, so pay equity. Secondly, paid sick leave, earned paid sick leave, and third, child care. We think that this would unleash the power of women in our economy, and men too. They need paid leave and sick and child care. So we're very excited about the response we received all over the country to this. And by the way, it will lift our GDP by 2 or 3 points if women are more empowered.
Before you go, Congresswoman, you have 5 children, and you're used to squabbling.
Yeah.
In one sentence, what would you say to your children if they were behaving the way the Democrats and the Republicans are behaving?
Well,
what would you say?
I don't agree to your stipulation of behavior. The President of the United States it has gone forward with extending the hand of friendship over and over. I think that has been lost in the news. But if you say to the President, we only will open government if you eliminate the Affordable Care Act, that's just a non-starter.
But at the same time, the President's saying we won't negotiate it. He's taking criticism for that.
No, here's what the President has said. The full faith and credit of the United States of America is not negotiable. Everything else in a budget is that. But they have to come, they can't say our first premise is you have to overturn the Affordable Care Act. That's, think of yourself and your own life.
I hear you so loud and clear.
If you divorce your husband, then we can have this conversation.
It really does seem like white noise. It just seems like you say something, they say something, you say something, we say something. And the people are just saying, you guys just work it out.
I agree
That's all
with you.
I'm saying.
I agree that it seems that way.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that we fold when it
Okay.
comes to the well-being of our children.
Okay.
And what they are doing is really very, very harmful and how we go forward. Having said that, let's find a path to get this done. The Speaker has said he wants to do something in a bipartisan way. I asked him as recently as yesterday, can we sit down and talk about that? Hopefully we will be able to today after he meets with our caucus. But our caucus has agreed to their number. The President has been most open, but he's not going to have the full faith and credit of the United
Well,
States.
people could say you
we'll be
certainly know
watching.
something about compromise. You just celebrated your 50th wedding anniversary.
Yes.
I know in marriage, that means compromise. Congratulations to
happiness.
you and
Yeah.
Mr.
Thank
Pelosi.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
and thank you for being here.